And hello, everybody, and welcome to part 10 of the PDC Darts World Championship preview video series. In the last video, we finished off the quarterfinals in which we saw Peter Wright, Mincer Sulovic, Gary Anderson, and Michael Van Gerwen fight their way into the semifinals. Now, I would say that any darting expert would agree that of the four to make it, none of them are particularly shocking. We have three of the top four players in the world, and then Mincer Sulovic, who's won multiple TV events over the past 24 months, and has also been in the Premier League. So, no surprises here, really. So with that said, let's get right into the first match. We've got Peter Wright, Snakebite, versus the gentle Mincer Sulovic. I think this is a very, very even game. I think you have two players, pretty similar styles, and pretty similar strengths. You got two guys, pretty good scoring, but the real strength of their game is typically their finishing, especially Mincer. I think Peter Wright might be a slightly better scorer than Mincer. Mincer might be a slightly better finisher, but they're real even overall. The main difference is Peter Wright, as good as he doesn't really have a go-to double. He likes the 16s and the 8s. We all know that. He's very good at tops. I'm kind of surprised he doesn't use it more often, given his proficiency to hit. But he doesn't really have one where he says, okay, I have one dart for my life. It's going here. I know I'm going to hit it. Whereas Mincer Sulovic, we all know, if he's got one dart for his life, it's going in double 14, and it's probably going in. He's the master of double 14, and I really think that gives him a big advantage here. But will that give him a big enough advantage to overcome Peter Wright, who's got the experience, he's got the higher ranking, and whatever else? I think Peter Wright wins this match. I think it'll be very close. I think it'll probably be 6-4, something like that, maybe 6-5. I can't see Peter Wright just running away with it. I think Mincer's too good. He's too consistent. I love Mincer's game. He never really has a bad game. And he's never going to go out there and just miss a whole bunch of doubles and just give away chances for no reason. So there's really no reason why he can't be competitive with someone who I think is probably a slightly better player. So I'm going 6-4, 6-5 to Peter Wright, but I think it'll be a very hard fought game. I think the legs difference will be almost none. So with that said, let's get out there and take a look. And here we go. The winner is Peter Wright, 6-4. So I called it exactly right, 6-4. Yeah, you look at their averages, they both played extremely well. Their average is almost identical, so I said they were pretty even players. Apparently, I actually knew something for a change. 180s, pretty similar, 15-11, both pretty reasonable for 39 legs. 15 is actually quite good. 11, perfectly solid. Finishing, Mincer was at 50%, excellent. Peter Wright, just under 50%. So how did Peter Wright win? Well, I guess he was just a little better at scoring overall. You can see that he missed a lot more doubles, and then the averages were kind of the same. So probably a lot had to do with timing. We know how important timing is, especially in these formats where set play, timing is everything. So, I mean, you got two great players. Either one of them are more than capable of winning a world championship, but looks like Peter Wright was just doing it a little better today, and we will be seeing him in the finals. So let's go ahead and get that in here. 100.32 for Snakebite with a 6-4 win. 101.3233. Let me correct that. And we will move him into the 2 slot as the 3 seed. And there we go. So now for the second matchup, the one that every darts player in the world just cannot get enough of, cannot wait to see. Gary Anderson versus Michael Van Gerwen. Neither of these players need any introduction. They're both having great years by any real standard. And they're both playing pretty much at the top of their games. This is the ultimate darts match. This is the one that you pay the big money to come see. This is the one that if they would play 600, first to 600 sets instead of 6, you'd probably sit through all 600 of them and not even care, and they would probably still average well over a ton even after throwing for 20 straight days. They're just that good. So does either player have an advantage here? I think scoring-wise, they're very, very similar. They're both the type of scorers who can just go on a massive run and just destroy anyone they play, including each other. They're that good. They're the only players, I think, that could bury the other. I don't think any other player in the world, no matter how good they're playing, could bury one of these two guys. But either one of them could do it. Now, I don't think they will, because I think they're both playing too well right now. Of course, if they get this deep into the tournament, then obviously they're in good form, so it's unlikely that this would just be a runaway. So what are the differences in their games? Well, Michael, of course, is the world number 1. Gary, the world number 4, but I think most people would agree he is clearly the second best player in the world. Some could argue he's the best, but I don't think anybody could disagree that these are the two best players. So how about style? Well, Michael is a double 16 hitter. Gary is a die-hard tops hitter. Will that make a difference? It could. I think Michael might be a little more consistent. He can certainly hit more doubles. He's certainly not afraid of tops. He's great on double 18. So if he can leave any of those higher even doubles, there's a pretty good chance it's going in. He's a great bull hitter, certainly a better bull hitter than Gary, which that could come into play. So I think those are the slight edges Michael has. Gary, of course, one of the best tops hitters in the world. He's great at double 10 despite what he'll tell you. Also great at double 12. And he also will go 12s after missing a bullseye, which is kind of interesting, but he does do it. He has some interesting routes from other numbers to try to leave double 4, so he likes double 4. So really you have two players who finish on different numbers, but oh, it's so close. How can I pick between these two? Well, it's kind of hard to bet against the world number 1 as well as Gary's playing. I think Michael wins a barn burner 6-5. I don't see how it doesn't go deep. They're both just such great players. For what it's worth, Gary just averaged 108 against Dave Chisnell in the quarterfinals. Then again, Michael's averaged over a ton in his last 3 matches as well, 102, 103, 101. So they're both in great form. So really it's too close to call, but I'm going Michael 6-5. So with that said, let's get out there and see what happens. The classic match of all time. Who's going to win? Let's see. Oh, this is exciting. Which one of these two warriors will take it? It will be Michael Van Gerwen 6-5 despite winning fewer legs. Look at that. Wow, wow, wow. I called both scores right. I feel good about myself for a change. Sweet. So if we analyze this, wow, 105, 103. I mean, this was great darts. Gary missing a tops there at the end could have possibly either won it or stayed alive. I don't know what leg it was. I won't bother looking. It doesn't really matter. Then Michael hits the double 2 with his last dart in hand. That's clutch. He is a very clutch player. And he was clutch here, it appears. Well, I guess he missed 4 match darts. That's not very clutch. But he did find 1 match dart. I mean, look at the stats. Basically identical on finishing. The scoring, 105, 103. That's really not a big difference in the grand scheme of things. They're both just pounding in the 180s like it's nothing. I mean, they got ton plus checkouts. Can you get any closer between these two guys? I don't think so, but we can have only one winner, and it is going to be Mighty Mike, the Green Machine, 5-6 over the Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson. So we're going to put MVG right here, and in fact, we're going to do this match right now. So here we are in the finals. Peter Wright, Michael Van Gerwen. In the semifinals, I thought we had two classic matchups of two very even players in both matches. I was expecting incredible darts. We got them. Two great matches. How about the finals? Well, unfortunately, I think there is a bit of discrepancy here. Peter Wright is just not quite as good as Michael. He's a great player, don't get me wrong. There's a reason why he's number 3 in the world and why, if this result holds true, he'll be in his second world final. But he's just a little step behind Michael in terms of score and in terms of finishing. And as we saw in the World Grand Prix, Peter Wright, he tends to not bring out his best in the biggest and the most pressure-packed situations. The even better example would be last year's Premier League final, where he just fell apart under the pressure, missing all those match darts, then despite having the darts in the deciding leg, produced absolutely nothing and basically gave Michael a free roll into the winner's circle. So that's obviously a big strike against Snakebite. And Michael, of course, will be ready to pounce on any mistakes that Wright makes. So I've got MVG in this match. And unfortunately, I don't think it'd be that close. I think he wins I think Peter Wright wins maybe 3 or 4 sets. If I had to put an exact number in it, I'd say maybe 7-3, I think. I think MVG is just playing too well right now. You can see, look at the last 4 matches. He has an average below 101. Peter Wright did just average 101 and then 102. Obviously, that's great. 98 before that. And you can see how he's just like about a step behind, a couple of points. And when you're playing against someone this good in a long format, those couple of points are going to start adding up. So I'm going MVG 7-3. So here we go. It's time to play the finals. And here we go. And our 2019 world champion is... Come on, you can do it. Who's it going to be? Peter Wright. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is a shocking result. Despite a 9-darter from Mighty Mike, Peter Wright nicks him by 1 leg, 2 sets, despite getting outscored by 5 points. That's incredible. Look at that. Wow. Well, that's set play for you. But boy, what a great match this would have been to watch. 27-26 on legs, back and forth. Look at all the 180s. 47 180s between them and 53 legs. That's incredible. And those averages over 53 legs of darts. That is just world class. That is the definition of world class. And a 9-darter. I mean, this would have been a legendary final. Absolutely legendary. So the prediction, you can see, is Peter Wright is going to win with a legendary win over Mighty Mike, despite the 106 average and the 9-darter and the big fish. He did it all except win. So what does this show? Well, it shows that we are in for some incredible darts, especially in the later stages of the tournament, and that it really is up for grabs. We had a player that, quite frankly, I would not have picked to win the whole thing, although I would have had him going pretty far. I think certainly the semis and the finals is within reach of him, but I wouldn't have had him winning the whole thing. But, that's why we love darts, is because you just never know what's going to happen. And there you see it. We have Peter Wright winning the whole thing. So well done to Snakebite, and well done to everyone, really, that participated. It was a great tournament. So that will be the final video for now. When we get to the actual semifinals, I will actually do another simulation with the real semifinals, and I will actually play the whole match live, dart for dart, with commentary, so that will add a little extra excitement. But for these, we'll just analyze them and we'll see who's going to win. So I hope everybody had a great time with these videos, and I hope you do give me a like and a subscribe, because I really do appreciate it. It really helps me out a lot. And with that said, I'm going to go back to watching some more awesome darts, and hopefully we all enjoy the tournament and have a great Christmas, a great New Year's, and I hope to see everybody next time. See y'all.